out of here. But the boy came right home from jail and didn't miss a beat, went right back into the game. Killed him. I said, well, he probably got killed because he just did time on him. He just did the years on a murder charge.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but don't fear, we've got football to perk up our spirits as we join you from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Cincinnati Bengals. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On one, ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
12.
Now it's Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This goes out wide from Mixon. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka showcasing the pass rush.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just a yardage.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And he's got his man on the out route. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On one, ready?
The slot man in motion right. Burrow on third down. And he's got it. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Here we go. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow. This is caught. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here's a run with Mixon. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 2nd and 7, Brady looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Miller. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Brady. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
Here we go, here we go. Eleven.
Now Burrow on first down. On the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Throwing on second and long. Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Here we go.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Chill, man, chill, man, chill, man. You see it too much. Don't gas me. I get gas easy.
Okay, ready?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long.
Hey, 166. On you.
To throw, it's Brady. That's complete to White. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Brady. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Slot man moves right. Now back to the ground game with White. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Here's Jake Camarda now. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
On one, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Touchdown, Bengals!
Now, how that tight end outrun a cornerback? Come on, chill, man. Let's Madden, cut the nonsense.
He got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature.
Come on, man. Can I just get one completion?
This point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, now Brady. Deep ball for Gywu. That's going to be opportunities on offense and still not score any points.
Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they can get a big play and a quick strike.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. The Six offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The catch is made. A big play there for Cincinnati. 46 yards.
We see this happen so often if your defenders have much the pressure's good. Forcing a start back out in your pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay after the receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Now a chance to make their play really early. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll give it to Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
On one, ready?
Second down and goal. Burrow. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead in the second quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set. All 50.
The drive starts with a run by White. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Yo, this is crazy. Cover 6 stop everything.
They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big game downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Yo, Brady is overthrowing everything, man. Come on, they won't give me a break, man. Not at all. I hate when they start that it's a rain game or your opponent, this and that negative stuff. Come on, -5 awareness and all that. They got to stop that. I should be blowing this dude out.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. We're pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Elsewhere on this Sunday in the NFL, they're in the second quarter in Detroit. And the Lions adding more points to their total, extending that lead. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They go with White on the counter, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Go, 66.
Play action. Now it's Brady. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17.
Well,
That one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That was well defended, and while it was completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow to the right side and complete to Hurst. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Here we go.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Burrow to Mixon on the check down. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he was able to get in there and make a great play.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Logan Hall. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. He completes it right side to White. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll run for it. This is White. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. They'll fire one downfield for Fant. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Now Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played their Texans.
Nah, it ain't meant, bro. And they ain't meant to win this game. They wildin'.
This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Brady. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, here's White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. Throwing now is Brady. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Open net is Palmer. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. The Bucs on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Brady gives this to White. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Bucs are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
11 mighty, 11 mighty. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
Burrow looking to pass. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here, and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Burrow. He's going to try and go deep again. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Bucs are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. So after the INT, it's Brady. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind, if him running the team, that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. This is Miller, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Bengals 36-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Now Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Gywu. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On first down, Brady. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Brady again. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Brady. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. They'll go up the middle with White. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Joseph's got it. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. Back now on EA Sports, as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Here we go,
So
here we go.
2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Come on, ready? 11, 11, 11.
Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
11, Palmer. 12, 12, 12. 11, Palmer.
Here we go with Burrow. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Brady to throw. Finds White, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
72.
To throw is Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals
Huff. This game is easy.
6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Once again, they run with Mixon. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here we go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Mixon. And it's a room to maneuver. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now You're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble blocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Brady to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Brady. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now Brady gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and a little bit of a surprise.